So one of the things that we need to think about is what is cueing our dogs pulling. And so dogs learn in patterns. They learn that when they are going for their WALK, I'm not going to say it because my two are in there, but when they're going to go for their WALK, that we pick up their harness or their lead, or we put our shoes on, and that signals to them, oh, we're going to go out. And over time, the very, very first time they see you put your shoes on or grab the lead or harness, they don't react. But over time, they learn that every time this happens, we go out on a WALK. So they learn really quickly what to expect. So if you want your dog to walk nicely on lead, one of the things that you might do or might think about is, what are the signals that are telling my dog what's going to happen next? What are the signals that cue my dog to pull? One of the things I often see is that so many people are using harnesses nowadays, which is great. I love harnesses. And certainly we can transfer the loose lead skills to the harness, but often the harness going on signals to our dog, we're going out, it's going to be great. And the pulling starts from the moment you pick up the harness. It doesn't even start once it's on, it's actually before that. You've already set up in their mind, this is going on my body, we're going to go out the front door, we're going to go around the corner, there's lots of smells, the pulling has started. So what can be a really good way of tackling this is coming up with a different approach to loose lead. So one of the things you could do is do all of your training, so your short training sessions, really short training sessions, do all of your training on a collar, which might mean something different to your dog. So they may not have the expectation of the collar, the lead going onto the collar, as they do with the lead going onto the harness. So if you clip the lead onto the collar, and then just do 2 minutes of training in the house, and then unclip the lead off the collar and repeat that pattern over and over and over again, what you'll get is your dog will start seeing you clipping the lead onto the collar and will be excited to work with you, rather than thinking they're going for their walk. And one of the things you can also do then is, on your walk, if you're walking your dog on your harness and they're pulling or whatever, if you want to do a little bit of training outside, you can clip a lead onto your dog's collar when you're out on your walk, and you can do a bit of training for a minute or two and then clip it back onto their harness so they can go back to their long line pulling or whatever. That's an option for you. So that's one of the things I want you to think about today. What is cueing your dog's pulling? When does the pulling start for you? If you have ideas of when it does and you'd like some advice on how to address that and what you're observing with your dog, write it in a comment or message me. Some people might find that their dog only pulls when they see other dogs on a walk, which is totally understandable, and we can work on that. Other people may notice that their dog pulls or gets very excited for their walk and wants to pull and go out the front door at the end of the lead and you're being dragged down the road. So think about what's cueing your dog's pulling, and think about if your dog is always walked on a harness. Think about doing some of the training on a collar. We're not going to be pulling on the collar. We're not going to be tightening the lead on the collar. We want to keep it nice and loosey-goosey. It's just a signal. It can just be used as a signal to your dog. It's just an example of a signal to your dog that, oh, we're doing this exercise now. And we can reduce the pulling and come up with new ways of walking our dogs that don't involve them reefing us down the road. All right. Enjoy day 3, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.